Hello, it's Tracy here, and I'm going to share with you a process video that I've created for Be Arty using Colour Blast products. I've actually gone with the Follow Your Dreams collection here, designed by Michelle Grant. Just love this collection, the brightness, the boldness, the yellows, the pinks, just lovely. I have 4 photos that I want to scrap, which are just a couple of selfie photos of me and the girls, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. So I pulled out the range and just had a bit of a play. The first arrangement I made was in a little bit of a grid format, and when I looked at it compared to the dream page that I'm using, which is the backing page I'm using, I didn't like it. I actually thought it was a bit too formal. So I haphazardly scattered the photos around until I got them into a position that I liked. I then placed some die cuts that I've used, the Seeker die cut and the Love My Tribe die cut from the Be Arty range, and placed them around and thought, yep, I like that. I then grabbed the Tribe, the Tribe paper from the Follow Your Dreams collection to back the photos. Now I wanted to back them a little bit differently, so the Tribe worked out perfectly because it has 4 different black and white patterns on the back of the page, the B side, and it was just the perfect touch. And then I grabbed the dream paper again and positioned the photos. Now I've kind of put them in chronological order. Oh gee, that's difficult to say. I'm just going through my stencils here, trying to pick out which stencils I'd like to use to give a little bit of dimension and texture to the back page on top of the beautiful printed design already. Now go back to the chronological order. As you can see, the selfie started when Paige and Bronte were quite young up until where they are today, where Bronte's 12. Next up, I grabbed the pot of colour shimmer dust in Sunshine, and I sprinkled a little bit around. Now, warning, this shimmer dust goes a long way, so I tend to spread it with my finger to get it where I want and squirt it with water. I should have stopped there, but I decided that I was going to do the wrapping to spread it around a little bit more, and decided now that the colour was just too solid, so I needed a little bit of extra on top. So I put some colour spray in bubblegum, and then I did the packing on top of that again. Now the packing technique is purely getting a piece of plastic, squirting onto it, or putting the liquid down onto your page and splotting it around randomly. Next I did a couple of sprinkles with the bubblegum colour spray. Right, now onto the stencils. As you can see, I've picked out 4 of the stencils from the huge range that Colour Blast and Be Arty have, and in this instance I decided on the Rhythm stencil, and I'm actually using a water set, colour paint water set that Colour Blast Be Arty have, and this is from the Inspired collection. I'm using the colour Soot, which is the black colour, and just a ink dauber, and wetting up the water and spraying it through. Next, after it was all dry, I grabbed the it's gone from my brain. The Devotion stencil, and I used some of the Colour Blast Be Arty colour paste in blush, and just simply spread it with a spreader through the stencil. Left it dry, grabbed my photos, and tried to remember where I had to position them. My creative process is a bit haphazard, as you can see. I tend to just potter and sit there. I've cut out a lot of the times in this process because I do sit there and look at the page and wonder what I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to do it, where I'm going to place things, and then it's just a lot of trial and error for me. So here's a the dies that are cut out. So the Seeker die is the arrow ones, and the Love My Tribe is obviously going to be the title. I've just sprayed with the colour spray in Road Base, and I'm just soaking up the rest of it. I've had my Road Base for a while now, so the spray nozzle is a little bit crooked from lots of love and use. And here I am just trimming up some of the words from the Seeker paper in the Follow Your Dreams collection. So these are just some random words like gypsy heart, free spirit, wild child, own your magic, happiness, big dream. No, dream big, sorry. And then I just kind of roughed them up, gave them a bit of a distressed look by using a pair of scissors and distressing the edges. And now I decided that I wanted a little bit of colour in the edges. So I just sprayed some of the colour spray bubblegum and it dipped the edges in. And this just adds a little bit of colour to the edges. Now I don't soak them in completely so that they take all the colour all the way around. You can see some of the white distressed still. And decided that I needed another colour, so I used the colour shimmer spray for a yellow touch to it, and that was in Sunshine. Now with the Love Your Tribe or Love My Tribe, I used the Colour Blast Clear shimmered brush and just used the brush over the top of the words, and it gives it a beautiful lovely shimmer. See, look at that sparkle and shine. Okay, now they're dry. I'm just going to move them to the side, clean up a mess obviously, and bring the photo back. So here I go with trial and error. So I know I wanted the title in the middle, and then I just go and position the words randomly around the page. And now bringing in the die cut Seeker arrows, popping them on too. And I'm liking, at this stage, I'm really liking how it's looking. It is a unstructured page, I guess you could call it, but given that the pattern on Dream is so flowing and beautiful, it tends to suit a very unstructured look. I'm just adhering all the embellishments, I guess, the title and the embellishments down now. I'm using some 3D pop squares just to add a bit of height to the words in the page. I did cut it out a bit so you didn't have to see all my process of sticking everything down. It gets a little bit boring. And now I want to add some wood veneer hearts, so just give them a pop of colour spray in bubblegum and just making sure that the spray has gone on evenly. So I'm using a paintbrush to distribute the paint or the spray across all of it. Sometimes the wood veneer doesn't soak up the spray or the liquid quite evenly. Now just to pop them onto the page. Oh, having a bit of difficulty with this 3D, with the 3D pop square. What I have done, because I've already popped up the word titles or the little word plaques like Gypsy Heart and Free Spirit, the wood veneer was sticking up a bit, so on one side where it was risen off the page I used another 3D pop square, and on the other side I used a bit of glue, just so I know those little things stay on, because sometimes if you don't stick them down they end up at the bottom of your page protector. Not a good look after a couple of years. No. And next comes journaling. Now I struggle with journaling. I never know where I want to put it. I never know what I want to say. I should probably plan my page a little bit better so I leave some room for journaling. But usually I just put it in somewhere that I think it looks good in the end. In this one, I'm just talking about how there seems to be a pattern to our selfies Paige is always on the right, Bronte's always on the left, and I'm always stuck in the middle with them. So it's a little bit appropriate. Love my girls. And there it is, I think. Oh, no. Coming back with a bit of bling bling. Of course, you've got to add a little bit of bling. So these are just some random Diamantes. I actually think they were Kaiser Craft ones I got many, many years ago. And I still have lots of them left. So just final touches. And there we go, just cleaning up a bit. Should give you a bit of a close-up. And that's it, all finished. Well, thanks for popping in. I hope you enjoyed it.